Hello, my name is Ken Knight. I am a Senior Solutions Consultant for Brackus Blum Computer Consulting. Today we're going to be talking about Sage Alerts and Workflow, and I'm going to show you an alert that is linked to Sage 100's Accounts Receivables module. But before we get into that, let's talk a little bit about what is Sage Alerts and Workflow. It is a software that uses what are known as events to automatically send emails, accept responses to those emails, generate reports, create files, send texts, launch programs, etc. It does this based either on a set schedule or based on triggers. A trigger is what you define, and you can define specific criteria within a trigger that you want to monitor within your system on a regular basis. Things such as a customer is over their credit limit or inventory is below its reorder point. Alerts and Workflow will then take action when those criteria are met. Now, this may look complicated at first, but you can download dozens of pre-configured events and what are called event packs to use with little effort. Sage Alerts and Workflow can connect to Sage 100, Sage CRM, and Sage HRMS. So let me go ahead and get logged into the system. And we'll take a look at the event that we want to discuss today. You'll notice in my list of application events that I have downloaded many of those event packs. So I have links into Sage 100 AP, AR, bill of material, inventory, purchase order, sales order, Sage CRM, Sage 100 operations management. These are all predefined events, but you can definitely just create your own from scratch. The event that we're going to be looking at today is the customer balance plus open orders is greater than their credit limit. When you create an event, you provide it with some details, obviously a description, priority. Do you want to repeat notifications? That's the concept of if I have a customer whose balance and open orders exceed the credit limit, do I only want to be notified of that fact once, or do I want to continually be notified of it every time that this event runs? Once you have general event details defined, then you provide it with a schedule. Here, I'm telling the system that I want this particular event to run every day at 5 p.m. It will then monitor the database, tell me which customers' balance and open orders is greater than their credit limit, generate and send out an email. Now, I have one trigger defined for this, and that trigger happens to be a query. And you'll notice if I come back to application events here, queries is at the top of the list of things here. So a query is going to be defined in the system. And when you define a query, you're giving it a description, again, just some general information. And then you're telling it, okay, of all the tables that are available in Sage 100, which tables do we want to utilize for this query? And then what columns, what fields do we want to include in this query also? Things such as customer number, customer name, current balance, etc. You can utilize the query designer to do the links between the tables. Or if you happen to be really good at SQL, you can actually manually edit the SQL statement and just create it on your own and drop it right into the query designer. You can apply filters and sub-filters if desired, and you can preview the data that this particular query is going to generate. Okay, so I don't want to make any changes to that query at this time. Now, I will point out that you can do multiple triggers. So you can have multiple things that the system is monitoring that will determine when this event should fire. Okay, you can do it based on a query. It could be a script. It could be a web API, multiple different things that can generate triggers. You then define what is the deliverable. In this case, it's going to be an email. Okay. You can determine which email account you're going to send it from. That normally is set up under administration when we're setting up Sage Alerts and workflow. You develop the message that is going to be part of the email, and you determine exactly what fields are going to go into that, as well as what the subject line is. Now, similar to triggers, there are many different deliverables that the system can do. It can create charts. It can generate and deliver crystal reports. It can create files. We can send messages via email, SMS, text. We can webcast. And we have actions for creating those files, running a script, running a program, etc. There's a lot of flexibility available within this system. The last thing then is you define who are the subscribers, i.e., who are going to get this email. In this case, I've said that I want this to go to me. And part of the setup that you do when you set up Sage Alerts and Workflow is you define who are the subscribers that potentially could get an email. In this case, I have myself set up. So let's go ahead and cancel out of this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell the system to go ahead and run this event right now. So that item has been scheduled. What will then happen if I come over to the monitor is I can monitor my application events. I can see which events are pending. And as the system runs through this, it's going to go ahead and move it over to the checked column. You see, I have a couple other ones that I was playing around with earlier today. It's going to tell you which ones end up being triggered and if you've run into any errors. And we can look at that for application events, for the email delivery side of life, for SMS delivery, file delivery, any of the things that the system can do as part of an event, any of those deliverables we can take a look at here. So when that delivers, we take a look at one of the customers in Sage 100, 01 Breslin. If we take a look at them, with their statistics, their current balance is 11,828.26. They have orders totaling 38,1160. And their credit limit is $2,500. So they are flagged as being over their credit limit. They then should be included on one of the emails that I will receive. I'm taking a look at my emails as we speak. And here's the email that I received from Sage Alerts and Workflow, that the following accounts have a total balance, including open orders, that place them over their credit limit. Here is 01 Breslin. As we saw, our current balance is $11,828.26. There is my open order total, my combined balance, my credit limit, and my percent over the credit limit. Now, I hard-coded into that event that I should receive this email. I can just as easily do an advanced subscriber and pull the email address for the sales rep and have that alert go to them. So each sales rep at 5 o'clock every day would get an email that would show them which of their customers have a total balance with open orders greater than their credit limit. We can even combine them So instead of getting, say, 15 different emails, they get one email that simply lists all of them out. I hope that this has been of benefit to you. If you have any questions about this, please feel free to reach out. We would be more than happy to assist you with anything related to Sage Alerts and workflow. Thank you.